Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big GATAH. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. Right now, we're covering the Masters, ATP Cincinnati, day 2 of the third round. So pop in the comments. Let me see what you guys got going on for tomorrow, and keep your eyes peeled for the pinned comment and see what I'll be playing as well. If you do like these breakdowns of these matches, please give this video a like. It goes a super long way. And if you're feeling generous, there's a link in the pinned comment as well if you would like to donate. Just there if you'd like to. And if you'd also like to join the community, be a GATAH with me and the others, there's a free Discord in the pinned comment as well, and on the channel link. You can find that in the More Info tab. Now, with that being said, all that mumbo jumbo, what are we looking like for today? Well, we took Big Foe money line and Yannick Sinner under 12.5 total games. We got Big Foe to get us out the way. Looked great on American soil, like we imagined. Looking good. Couldn't get the 2-1. He just had to snip Umber out the way. It is what it is. Happy to see that, honestly. We also thought that we can get a set from Mickelson out of Rune. That first set, it was close, but it was no dice. We were close though. If he almost took that, not really. Once he got to the tiebreak, he was a done deal. But hey, we move on. We still got hope for our ticket for today. Yannick Sinner better snip the hell out of this guy. That's all I'm about to say. All I can say. All right. With that being said, we can pop on into what we got going down for tomorrow. And I'm quite excited for this. Our first match of the day is going to be our golden child, Big Benzo Shelton, going against Roberto Bautista Agut. And this will be their third head-to-head on the hard courts and in totality. Ben is minus 575 to win. Now, the last time they played each other was last year. Both were straight set wins from Ben in Grand Slams. 6 straight sets, Ben Shelton. The most recent time they played each other, he smoked him. 6-3, 6-4, 6-4. Covered a spread of, what is that? 7? So minus 6.5 he covered. It's plus 105 for him to go minus 4.5. Bautista Agut's been looking good, though. We thought Cam Norrie was going to get out of here with him, and then look at that. He got rid of Altmaier in straights, Cam Norrie in straights. That's a lefty as well, but nowhere near as nowhere near the level of Ben Shelton, Cam Norrie, and we know that for sure now. We know that for sure now. Bautista Agut literally was 1-6 coming into this tournament. He is now 3-6 on the hard court. Safe to say he's turned himself around a bit. Granted, he still hasn't had a positive season since 2023. He went 11-13 last year. I would be just utterly shocked if Ben Shelton loses this match. Could I see him taking a set? He hasn't done it before, but he's in the form to do so now. Let me see. Did Altmaier have any aces against him? Altmaier had 13 aces and still lost. It went to 2 tiebreaks. But the athleticism, though. Come on. Yeah. Bautista Agut, he's doing it. The only thing is, that heat was getting to these boys, I bet. Ben Shelton is a GATAH. As we know. He thrives in the heat. Those are the conditions. The ball bounces the best for him. Explosive forehands on this older guy. I can see it happening. I would love to say he wins in straights. He's done it every time he's played him, even in grands and even in slams. So, I like the spread at minus 4.5 because it's plus money. And that's something to root for with him being such a heavy favorite. But we'll keep pushing on and see what else we can find. And next, oh man, we got Riley Opelka going against Francisco Comesana. And who thought Riley Opelka was going to win that match? In straight sets. Please tell me. Who? Please let me know. For fuck's sakes. That was the biggest surprise, I think, in this entire week we're going to see. Was de Minaur losing to Riley Opelka. I love to see it. The American soil is doing me well right now. I'm happy as hell. Like, what? Let's go, boys. Opelka hasn't dropped a set, but he's been in a tiebreak in every one. Comesana had an easy pass. Got the first set off Dartery, and then he unfortunately had some illnesses or some physicality issues and had to retire. Wishing him the best, though. And then we have a straight set win against Minaur from Comesana, 6-4, 6-4. Comesana is now 6-5 on the hard court after the Dartery retirement. So he's got a positive record on the hard courts now, but Riley Opelka is 14-8. The serve is not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to stop that serve. It's supposed to be hot as shit tomorrow too, and if it's going to be hot and humid, that ball is going to fly. That ball is going to fly. My gosh. So let's get a look at what we're going to get for Opelka for straight set wins. Probably not much. Oh, it's plus 125. Fuck out of it. Yeah, let's go. Certified smoke alert. That's going to be a fun one to keep track of, too, because I think Comesana has a pretty good return game, but I don't know if it's going to compare against Opelka. Clearly, de Minaur couldn't do much against it, but this is third round. Have we seen Opelka in the third round? We saw him against TN. Went to a first set tiebreak. Last time he was in the third round for something. Once he gets to this point, after that second round, that first set be looking like it's a tiebreak. Yeah. If it's not already in the second round, the dude goes into a tiebreak after that round for sure in the first set. He's serving his buns off. So if you want to do that, it's plus 185 for the first set to go to a tiebreak. You let me know if you fucking with that, but I think the Opelka money line is pretty safe to take today. I mean, for tomorrow. I think him going in straights would be the move. But yeah, I like Opelka winning. If he can beat de Minaur, he can beat Comesana. With the Americans backing him, I think he's going to have a big boost. Comesana hasn't had to deal with that yet. He's been playing against other foreigners here. He hasn't gone against this. I don't think he has a Masters main draw win either. So did Minaur qualify for this, or was he main draw? And that might have been his first win. Minaur might have been his first main draw win on the Masters. So I could be wrong. We'll move on though. Next, we have another surprising matchup. We have Yuri Lehecka going against Adam Walton, who we thought was going to be Daniel Medvedev. Or did we? Did we really? Lehecka has beaten Walton in their only head-to-head last year in Adelaide, 6-1, 6-3. Lehecka was pretty fire. He does really well, though, over there in Australia, though. Lehecka does pretty well over there. Took him 3 sets to get rid of Tristan Boyer. It's taken Walton 3 sets to get rid of everybody. 3-setter? Anyone? I think Lehecka was pretty thrown off by how he lost that first set, because the way he won the second set, 6-1, and then the next one, 6-4, showed me something. I think Walton maybe getting cut short here. I think the win against Medvedev was purely because of the weather. I think Medvedev is just someone now that does not like the heat. I don't think he can deal with this American heat. We've seen it in DC, and now we've seen it a little bit in Toronto, and now we've seen it full blown here. There's memes of him with the fucking so heat no go for Medvedev right now. Maybe in the indoor courts we might get a different Medvedev, but this guy right here, he's not built for it. He's not built for the heat. Walton still played a really hard first set, went to a tiebreak. I could see this first set between these two going to like over 10 games or over 9 games. Definitely a trim between these guys. They go hard in that first set for sure, especially Lehecka. But if Lehecka goes too hard, it might be a done deal. What's he priced at? Super favorite. Minus 425. That's not even worth it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Let's move on. All right, we have Karen Khachanov going against Jensen Brooksby. This should be a funny one. Okay. So, Jensen Brooksby played Khachanov back in 2022. He bageled him in the first set and beat him 6-3 in Indian Wells. A 21-year-old Jensen Brooksby against a 26-year-old Khachanov. What do you want me to say here? Khachanov looked pretty good against Royer, coming back from his finals loss against Shelton, which he played extremely well in. And then Brooksby, he's beaten Kazo in straight sets, 7-5, 6-1, not too bad. And then it was a tough fight against him and Muller, but he got through that. Looking at the record so far this season, Brooksby's only 5-6 on the hard court, 11-7 for Khachanov. But he's lost to this guy. Kind of worried about this as well with Tommy Paul, right, going against Manarino, who's been looking pretty good. So that match hasn't started just yet. We'll get that later on this evening. I'll be peeled watching. I'll be peeled to the screen for sure. But I think Khachanov, how much of a favorite is he here? Probably not by much. Oh, minus 220. Okay. Decent favorite. Decent favorite. We'll see. We'll see how much of a favorite he is after that first set. That's all I'll say. I can see this one also going to like over 10.5 games. I can see this one going to like 7-5. Somebody. I don't know who. But it's almost even money. Well, it's minus 140 to go over 9.5, plus 210 to go to 12, plus 350 to go to 13. Up to you. I won't go that far with it. I'll probably leave this one alone, though. Next, we have Ahmad Medjedovic going against Carlos Alcaraz. Wow. And I also want to know who bet 2-1 Alcaraz yesterday. After I told you guys that Damir Dzumhur is the only dude out here that's going to be able to get a set, especially after that second set, he's a demon. I told you guys. I tried to tell you. I tried to. Anyway, this will be their first head-to-head. Medji going against Carlitos, the number 2 in the world, going against number 72. Now that he's got his footing down, I think it's grind mode, big focus up. Medjedovic hasn't dropped a set since coming back from his retirement from Wimbledon. and made it onto the hard course without skipping much of a hitch. Looking pretty good. Best he's looked in some time since that injury he's sustained. So I don't think it's going to be much against Alcaraz, though. Let's be for real. We'll be quick with this one. Alcaraz is 11-4. Medjedovic has played 5 matches. He's 3-2. He'll be 3-3 after this one, I'm sure. They have a 20% difference in win rate on the hard courts. Carlos having a 77, Medjedovic having a 57. So not much you can look at here. Maybe the spread. If I'm sure Carlos is gonna keep it a little bit close for a little bit. The spread is at 4.5. Yikes. Minus 2.5. I mean, minus 3.5 is minus 250. That's not a bad price for Carlos Alcaraz when he's priced at minus 800 to win. So I'm not mad at this. I like this, honestly. I like this. I'm digging that. Digging that. It's plus 150 if it goes to a tiebreak. I doubt it. It very well could happen, but see the total games for Medjedovic is 8.5. The under is minus 120, so 1.86 for those out in Europe or outside of America. Player to win the most games, Alcaraz, minus 800. Hilarious. Plus 600 for Medjedovic. Anyway, let's move on. We know what's happening here. Open and shut. Next we have Alexei Popyrin going against Andrei Rublev. And this will be their 4th head-to-head, with Alexei Popyrin being the victor in their last 2. They played twice last year on the hard courts and on the clay. But it was in Canada. And Popyrin does play well in Canada. It was in the final in Montreal last year, right? So we know that he does super well up there in Canada, but this might be a different level for him. Rublev was looking damn good against Lerner Tien. Damn good. And Popyrin too, against Landalute. They had the same set scores against their opponents. So it's been straight sets between the two of them when they do play each other. I can see it going to a third with the way they're both playing now. I can see it going to a tiebreak. It's been a pretty common theme for Popyrin. I can see these guys holding serve for sure, or breaking each other and getting broken back a game, and then somehow still getting to 6-6. What else? We can talk about their stats. Popyrin 6-8 on the hard courts. Rublev is 11-8. That's 5 more wins. So you can run it as many times as you'd like, but I'm sure if you ran them tomorrow on the hard courts, Rublev comes out on top. I'm trusting Rublev right now, the way he's looking. He was pretty emotional after that first set win against Tien. I was kind of happy to see it, honestly. You know, I love Lerner Tien to death, but I did like to see this guy get a moment of like, fuck yes, I could finally do something the way I wanted to do it. Like, you gotta respect the guy wanting his perfection. He finished the set off with an ace and a tiebreak. He liked it. Go back and see it. It was a beautiful moment for Rublev. Anyway, I think Rublev beats Popyrin. I'm sure he's the favorite. Only slightly, minus 198. Ooh. Oh shit. That's a good price for Rublev, man. He's minus 200 everywhere. Okay, yeah, he's around minus 200. But minus 198, I like seeing the one in there. Makes me feel good. Not mad at that. Okay. Let's keep moving on. Only got two more left. We got Luka Nardi going against Jakub Mensik. Okay. Two young bulls, right? Nardi's not that much. He's not too young. Nardi's like Ben's age, 22. But Mensik, 19. Winner of Miami earlier this year, as we know. He beat Djokovic in straights and two tie breaks. Level was definitely there. Looked really good against Ethan Quinn. But we did see him make it to the second round, go to the third, and then lose. Based on the nature of the draw. Third round is seemingly where he cuts the line on the hard course. Or even since Wimbledon. Hasn't been able to get past that third round. So it's a little weary. Has me a little bit weary. But this will be Luka Nardi coming back from what? His first round loss in Wimbledon against Jannik Sinner, where he got bageled on the grass. Mensik is 19-7, strong as fuck record. Nardi is 12-9, still strong, but not as strong as Mensik. 7 less wins and 2 more losses. Mensik's 30-16 this season. Fuck yeah. Nardi is 26-23. Gone through a pretty. He went through a tough match against El Chapo. Denis Shapovalov. Ended up beating him in 3 sets. Beat Thiago Tarante. Couldn't beat Alexander Blocks though. Nakashima could. Looking at these two, I feel like this is going to be a 3-setter for some reason. I feel like Nardi, if he can get a set off of Shapovalov, he can get a set off Mensik. I feel. But then again, I feel like when Mensik loses on the hard courts, he comes back stronger. He seemingly had a bit of that itch getting into the Masters, right? He lost first round or second round against Khachanov, and then went to Capcana, got his mojo back, lost in the semis, and then went to Miami and won the whole thing. I could see Mensik getting his groove back right here. I like the idea of him winning, but I can't say for sure that he goes, because Nardi is good, and he definitely ran that boy up out of there. Ran that boy Dennis up out of there. So Nardi to get a set is even money, minus 110. 1.9 on the decimal. Folks out there. Win percentage, Mensik 72% going against Nardi. It's 59%. So what's that? 23? 13% more? I'd be going with Mensik here, but you know how we can get surprises. So speaking of surprises, we have our next and final match of the day for tomorrow. It'll be Brandon Nakashima going against Alexander Sasha Zverev. They played each other 4 times already. Zverev winning every single time. But on American soil, Nakashima has taken a set. And on the hard courts as well. I would like to take Nakashima for a set here. He had a tough match against Alexander Blocks. Not gonna lie, that kid's good. Probably see him in the ATP Next Gen Finals later this year if he keeps this up. He lost to Ben Shelton in 2 tie breaks. Zverev lost to Khachanov. Nakashima going against Zverev for the 5th time. Could never beat him on the hard courts, but always managed to get a set. But it was both times were in the U.S. Open. And the first time was back in 2020. So 5 years ago. Played each other last year in the U.S. Open as well. But they play each other this year in Stuttgart on the grass where he lost in straights. It was the grass. Ball moves a lot quicker, a lot slicker. So surely everyone believes that Zverev's going to win this match. I don't know what I believe about this man. If there's an underdog you would take just to take, I would take Nakashima on home soil against Zverev. That'd be the risky one I'd go for. Or over 9.5 games in the first set is minus 250. It's a parlay piece, but it's a little bit too risky for me. I wouldn't take it. I would honestly just bet on Nakashima to either win the first set or win the entire match and like call it a day. Him to get a set is minus 130. I wouldn't have it as a parlay piece. If I'm going to go for it, I would just go at it. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on that matter. And Zverev also does pretty well in Cincinnati, right? Looking at his record. If it does end up raining as well, it could be more, even more so, from the favor for Zverev, or not Zverev, and Nakashima, just because he has like those low strokes. Got a decent forehand, but if he goes against that backhand against Zverev, he's in trouble. So I would hope his tactic is low ground strokes to his forehand. Hopefully, we get that from Nakashima and just put pressure on the forehand and leave that backhand alone. But yeah, that's everything for today or for tomorrow. Please let me know what you guys got going on in the comments. Looking forward to seeing what you guys plan for today and for tomorrow. Still got matches to go on. Looks like there's a technical difficulty. I can't see the Taylor Fritz match, but he's going against Sonego right now. I'll be watching Tommy Paul going against Manarino. That'll be fun. And yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm in America. I don't have access to futures. I cannot place a future for this tournament. They're not letting people. They know that I want to take Yannick Sinner to the top, to the end. And it hasn't been available on any of the platforms I have. So must be so much of a favorite. They're trying to figure out how to weigh out the whole thing without even putting him on the board, maybe. I don't know. Beyond me. But you know, let's just hope we get some good tennis tomorrow. The weather should be a bit iffy. I heard there's going to be some rain, but let's hope it's hot for our sake. Super hot, super humid. Let's hope Opelka gets us some good serves and goes crazy for us. Quick little notes I had made about the matches. I do like Ben winning, as we talked about. I do like Lehecka getting the edge. But I'll put it all in the pinned comment, okay? I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, be well, bet smart.